Right. Okay, so what do I start with? I don't really want to do fly spamming yet, so I suppose... yeah. Because fly spamming is... hello? Fly spamming is a little boring. Like, I will later, but I think I'll start with running away on slow, bro. Alright, buddy. Today's your day. You're gonna shine, right? I actually didn't realize the tail's eyes closed too. That's actually kind of trippy. I mean, hey, if Furfur wants to show up shiny back there too at some point, that'd be okay by me. Or if that thing wants to show up big and shiny, that works too. Kind of like what happened with the camera up. I need to start actually editing these videos together, but I will worry about, like, my computer issues being fixed before that. Then again, until I actually get my computer in, maybe I should use that time to do editing so I have less to put on a flash drive. Maybe I'll work on that a little bit tonight. Like, do my gotcha game stuff and then that. We'll see, we'll see. I need to get this thing in soon. Hopefully her laptop charges for me. And then I can... is that already a shiny Clauncher over there? Maybe. I do see red. Then I see it all the way over here. Is that a light? Might be a light. Yeah, I don't think it'd be right under the Gyarados. Maybe. You imagine getting a Shalpha Gyarados? The trade out might need to evolve the Shalpha Magikarp I got. Shalpha starters I'll probably need to do the overload trick on. Because I don't think I'd be able to get them very easily otherwise. I don't... can I do that with Onyx? Oh, imagine. I wonder if I can do that with other underground encounters. I should check that sometime. It'd be kind of cool if I could do that with underground encounters too. Pause. There are benches here. Do I see the slow bro if I'm on this? Like, it's about to turn from day to night anyway, so I may as well... Because honestly, if I could just bench reset the slow bro, I might go do something else on stream and turn this into an AFK hunt off stream. Yeah, hold on, hold on. Okay, it's facing me right now. Is it gonna face me after I turn it back to nightfall? Because, like, yeah, I might move on to do something else because I didn't realize I could just bench reset this bad boy. And he's sitting down over there. Will he be doing one or the other when I turn it back to daytime? Because listen, if I could just bench reset this shit, I'm gonna bench reset it. Like, yeah, I've been running the whole time and I haven't had to. Crazy. Oh, hey, it's raining. I could shine on Goomy if I wanted to. But Goomy ain't got no mega right now, so... Okay, well, since I can just bench reset that and I actually never knew, I guess we'll move on and do something else. I could do Houndoom. With that, I could... There's a lot of these that I can, like, just be lazy with, and that's kind of, like, pushing me away from actually wanting to do the hunt on stream. I know that's terrible, but considering how many shinies I still got to go, well, I can't technically fly spam all of the starters in Zone 20, so that's an option. I can't fly spam the Scyther in Zone 13. I have to do the run-through method. I could probably fly spam Onyx. I could look for alternatives to hunt these things, specifically do it on stream, but I can also do that later. Like the Fennekin. Fennekin, I can, you know, do soft reset for. I could do that. I technically can bench it if I adjust the controller in a certain way, but I also can soft reset it. And soft reset is a thing that wouldn't necessarily work with an auto or a macro. I can bench reset for a Shalpha Snow Runt. The Obama Snow's in the same area. Technically, I can bench reset while I'm streaming. That's not a problem. Oh, Audino. Yeah, let's get for and go for Audino, because that's a fly spam and a run through, and since I, like, need a couple of things from here, that's not terrible. Plus, I could get my shiny female Eevee, so... Sure? Anything, like, quicker I could work on, or... Is that just, like, does that just sound good because it's, like, not a guarantee, and while I could technically fly spam it, at least I could, like, fly spam it and, you know, check it every so often while I'm sitting here, since I need, like, 3 different things. And I could see if, like, the Kangaskhan becomes shiny early. I do need to figure out how to work that macro controller. Her laptop works for the stuff I need it for. Maybe I'll watch the video how to do that on that thing. Plus I need a fly spam for pumpkins and 15. That's not even Shalphas. This game really does turn shiny hunters into, like, very lazy people. I'm talking about macros and auto controllers and all that. You know, people give Scarvy shit, but at least, like, Scarvy had you doing things. You know, you made your sandwich and sure the shiny odds were super high, but you were, like, actually doing things. You know, Sword and Shield was awkward to shiny hunt in the wild, but at least you were doing things. Let's Go, I hate the game, but you were doing things. Honestly, I think that's probably the main reason why I don't mind the overload method in Zone 20. Because you're doing things to start the hunt. You know, it's like collecting a bunch of eggs. You're collecting a bunch of encounters at one time. Like, right now I'm just kind of shouting into the dark for the most part, but the VOD on Ren Perp, I really should start turning on the Perp ones. I'm terrible about that. I always have the outro be watching the VOD later, and I'd never turn on the VODs. Maybe any of the times where I'm not, like, saying super depressive things or getting super angry, I should actually turn on the VOD. Love, thanks for the follow. Welcome on in. Appreciate your enthusiasm, and it's not been a great week, but hopefully I can get that resolved soon. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Great to hear. Always good to hear how people are doing when they come on in. And yeah, I always try to welcome everybody on in. I like Kangaskhan's, but none of y'all are darker. Yeah, I play Pokemon Go. Not to intentionally quote the song, but I play Pokemon Go every day. And most of the time, it really has gone downhill recently, but that's just how games go sometimes. But yeah, I still play every day, make sure I get my stuff done. My shiny luck hadn't been great on there as of late, at least for the stuff I would like it to be. Oh yeah, I meant to mess with Nightbot a little bit before streaming next. Maybe I'll try to remember to do that after stream this time. Or next time I have a reason to set the controller down for whatever reason. In hindsight, I do see where that gets annoying of a bunch of things just coming in. But yeah. I like playing Pokemon Go. Why am I going to 15? I mean, I could. Maybe I'd get Pumpkin, but... My favorite Pokemon character, as far as actual Pokemon goes, Blaziken. Followed up by some silly things like Dunsparce and Sunfisk. How about yours? Gengar's an awesome mon. unfortunate that they didn't really do much for his actual shiny, but at least they made up for it with a Mega and D-Max. G-Max. Do I play? I have played pretty much everything main series for the past 5 years on the channel, if that's what you mean, as well as a bunch of like randomizers and stuff on over on YouTube. But I've played every single main series game. Correction, every single main series game except for Let's Go Pikachu, and a couple of the side games. What do I do besides stream? In which aspect? In general, I honestly don't really do a lot. I just kind of like vibe. I make the YouTube videos, that kind of thing. I don't really have, like if you're referring as far as things I would do in order to, make income, I don't do anything in that regard. This is what I shoot for there. But yeah, as far as like entertainment or additional things into this, the YouTube, the TikTok, or just kind of like vibe when I'm not doing all that. Which, if you haven't noticed by the spam and stuff, always welcome and appreciate to follow along the YouTube and Tiki Tacky and all that. And yeah, I love anime. A couple of my favorites are like Detective Conan, Madoka Magica, Dress Up Darling. I have a real wide range of interests. Haven't caught up on a bunch of the new stuff, but I have watched a lot of One Piece, yes. I'm not quite caught up, but at least I'm almost caught up. And with the amount of production changing next year, hopefully I'll be able to catch up sooner when I get back to watching it. Which, speaking of getting back to watching it, it is really sad the Switch 2 can't run Crunchyroll. Little based, but understandable. Luffy's a great character. Like, his moral values are very high, and even when he's being a goofball, he's just great to watch. I'd honestly, my overall favorite character I'd say is probably Robin. which also is kind of based, I guess. The stream goal for the future is, actually to be able to grab somewhat of a consistent viewer base, family, community, whatever you want to call it. A bunch of people that can vibe, get along with, and, nobody has to necessarily do anything, just hang out and chill. That's the, further term of it. I've only been streaming for a few years, so it's not like that's hopeless to reach in theory. Yeah, I just want to build a good group of people who can hang out. Obviously I want to be able to make income out of. Wait, are you brown or... Damn, you're still brown. Yeah. But, like, the income can come from just, like, ad revenue and such. I don't care about, anything extra. That's all good, fine, dandy, but it's not... I just want people. People to hang out and communicate. I will be honest, the first couple of years of the venture probably, I haven't really had the income to get animated emotes necessarily, so I haven't really invested in any of those. If I ever do get the extra money and a good person who does them, sure. Or even see if the person who did the emotes I have can, like, animate those, because a couple of those would be kind of cool animated, honestly. I don't think she has the time or potential to do that, but it'd be kind of a thing to ask one day if she had more time. I always appreciate the offer from people like that, but I wouldn't have the money to repay you if you did. At least not anytime soon. Like, yeah. Wouldn't have it anytime soon, anywho. That's why 90% of the time when I put stuff out, it's like months in between. Okay, who am I getting years in between, but I'm gonna try to look into being able to do more with stuff. Even if I gotta dig into what I don't have. But that's a future problem. And 9% of that comes from the YouTube side. I should probably stop actually saying things and go back to saying colors. Sorry, purple. Didn't mean to offend. I lost count of what I was doing here. I'll do a few more and then just run in. Man. I do, but I'm going to be honest, mate. Appreciate the offer about the emotes and such, but I would feel terrible to waste your time when I don't really have the money to, pay for anything anytime soon, as I said. And I won't, be a jerk about it, because usually I'm a jerk in these cases, but, you've at least been human about it, so, yeah, I don't want to waste your time on any of that, mate. Do appreciate the offer, highly, though. You're free to, follow on the Twitter or whatever, and You know, maybe I'll hit you up sometime if I do have the income, see what you got. Especially because it wouldn't hurt to have more people to do stuff. I like who does my emotes, or at least who's done most of them. I can't always rely on her because she has a busy life. And terrible at luck with illnesses. That's another topic entirely. Originally I said I'd do this just because I thought I'd provide something, but maybe I'll also just wait to run the ONN controller with this when I get it figured out as well. I'll be honest, this is not working. I'd rather go through getting nauseous running in circles in zone 20 than be here, high key. Yeah, maybe. Or do the run through and, wait, is it, the daytime's still going, I guess I could do this. Wait, Scyther day or night? Scyther's night. Right? Yeah. Okay, so, hold up, we fly here. Because I think there's, yep, hi. Then we get Absol out. Am I... I don't know why I pulled it back to the Pokeball. I know they're probably gonna, like, be back in not time at all, but... It's also crazy how I've been here and only, like, 2 things have shined. Like a random pincer when I was doing the zone challenge that I need to edit together for YouTube. And a Vivian that just was happenstance shiny when it turned daytime. Which I kind of wish it had been the Weeping Bell, but that's neither here nor there. I wonder if I could fly spam that static Bellsprout. I should research my hunts more. Like, I know where the locations of all of them in their final forms are. What about some of them in their smaller forms, if applicable? Like, things like Beldum would probably be a no chance thing, because I ain't going in Lysander Cafe to try for Beldum. Nuh-uh. Hone Edge doesn't want to shine. Why would I want to try for Beldum? Maybe I should, like, test to see if I can do the overload. Okay, I thought that was a big and purple. It is just big. If I can test the overload thing with the stuff in Zone 20, because I know it can be done. I just haven't done it myself. Moreover, I wonder if I could test it here. Though, getting these things to all chase me and not dying would be quite the task. Though that's what I want. Big purple. All of these I need big and purple. Or some variation of purple. I also need to change my numbers down there. We're gonna do all this minor stuff. I don't know if there's anything that can be shiny within a 50 meter radius from this thing sometimes. Maybe during the daytime I'll turn around and check. Oh, that makes sense actually, that Zone 17 would be like different for day-night spawns. Because during the nighttime they're like in a prone position, so maybe they have like... Hi. Maybe they have set up differently. My boy, did I not just whoop your ass? Shot. Who saw me? What saw me? Pincer see me? What saw me? I'm guessing you. You think the worst part is, I think I have a Shalpha Scyther in my Pokemon home. I can probably get one more fly out of it. Okay, well that thing's not a Shalpha. Neither are you two. And nor are you. Goodbye. Let's check to see what's within the right amount of distance. Nothing. Well. Gonna say nothing. Okay. So we turn to be nighttime and just keep doing that, or do we do something during the day? Because, like, the flying run through is one thing. Maybe I'll just, like, do this. I don't know. I got more to get here, so maybe this actually would be the right idea. Okay, so I can see. Do I just like run through? I could just run through. I still have 3 Pokemon here. Huh. Yeah, maybe one of those will be shiny actually. Time to get nauseous. And some kind of eye irritation because seeing the green all the way through is going to be annoying, but... Maybe that's why I stopped doing this, because the green was more bothersome than the nausea. Yeah, nausea. That's the word. Yo, imagine the metagross. Ow. In reality, I could kill the Pokemon, or at least the areas that don't have any... Actually, no. Well, yes and no. I was gonna say I could, like, defeat everything here, but I still need Shalpha Aggron, so that wouldn't matter. Though if I get the Shalpha Aggron at some point, then that's an idea, as if I do this, I could, like, beat up the Pokemon areas that I don't want anything shiny. Or Shalpha, at least. And the metal area is, like, the highest contender for that. If I get, say, Shalpha Totodile and Malamar, the water area. I thought you were shiny for 2 seconds. Not a Shalpha, but a regular shiny. Like, the grass area, I still need all of the starters, so I can't beat everything up there. And Malamar's in this half of the grass area. Aggron is the only thing I need from this area, so once I get him, I could start beating everything up just to take away the slots being rolled for shiny. I think that's how it works. I'm legit surprised, though, after all the times I've been here one way or the other, I haven't gotten a single shiny Malamar. He is our friend, and he does not want to shine. See, that big Bulba could have been shiny, and that would have been extremely helpful. That's a big Aggron. He could have been shiny, and that would have been extremely helpful. Man, the Absol pretty sick. Probably should see if I can get into check my PayPal credit, though, speaking of art-related things. See how much I have. Because if I can pay people on PayPal credit, like, I should invest in more thumbnails and such. Because YouTube is the other half of this goal and journey and venture. And having good thumbnails can be helpful. No, always necessarily, but can be. You know, that's why some people waste $300, $400, $500 on multiple options. Which is crazy to me, by the way. You know, this is probably something I would probably be able to set up on a macro too, but at least this is a good stream one, because I need, like, I don't fucking know, 12 from zone 20. You know, like, at least this and Scyther are something I can do. I can also technically just bench reset while on stream. Nothing says I can't. You know, it's not really that entertaining either, but it's also less nauseating. Again, that takes away the point of, you know, doing this during the day and Scyther at night. Because Scyther I 100% cannot fly spam. Like, I can fly spam a lot of the stuff doing this. And fly spam 99% of things, honestly, probably. Or bench reset. I could change my shirt and stream doing a bunch of fossils resets. That could be a thing too. Finally get my damn shiny thingamajig. Then again, I listed this as a Shalpha stream, not a fossil stream. And technically I could hold down my own stick while letting the A button just rapidly press while I'm doing bench resets. And we'll give this a little bit longer and see how bored I get of it, or nauseous. Whichever happens first. Then again, this being nauseating probably isn't too good for bringing in viewers either, is it? I love how there's also just benches that are probably like used specifically to reset that wedge. I don't see any in the metal area. Calvin Fort, but yeah, Calvin Fort. But there was like one back there in that area, which probably can reach the steel wedge. I guess they are just in the grass wedges. don't even want the Shalpha Edgy Slash, honestly. I mean, it'd be neat, sure, if I have, like, it for my living decks as is, with one of my 2 double blades that showed up instead of Hone Edge. Still kind of salty. I want to go watch TV later. I'll, like, let the thing run and try again. Or get another Noivern. Are you mad at me? Oh yeah, you are. I actually think it's funny that I found the entire air online in this one game. So I technically don't even have to bring over the one from the 3DS. Eventually I will, but like... You're not... Shop. Anywhere one spawn ain't a big deal. Anderson Live about 6:30. Okay. Gotcha. Understood. I got my earbuds. Ready to mod. Not really, because I'm still going to be doing my own stream for a couple hours probably. But I digress. Still need to do the resets for Fennekin too. Have a brown leaf next time. Maybe we'll get lucky and with the DLC there'll be like a better way to hunt Shalpha Scyther. I'm huffing copium though. I'm barely an hour in and I'm already yawning. Then again, I also have a non-caffeinated soda, so like... should try and finish off my solo leveling guppy. And against my own companies, I should try and order that title splash from the other company. Until I have the first time I receive a check from one of these places, I can drink whatever the fuck I please. I don't think they actually care otherwise. But... oh yeah, well, it's at least good that some of these people that feel artwork are like humanized instead of the same repeated shit over and over and over again. Yeah, that got annoying. Honestly, this is one of those things that just like makes me want to smoke while I'm doing it. It's just so fucking. Shut up. You know, there's seriously something wrong, because getting to that sleepy phase. Like, in a little bit, I'll have something going on in my ear at least, but. Boo. Anyway. That thing was going to annoy me until the time actually changed. Okay, the Leafeon is a maybe, but I'll worry about that later. You just need to have red legs. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna have to stay up like all night tonight if we want to get this thing in tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll need to upload all of the fossil videos at least that I have backed up currently. I will need to fucking try to use that controller again. It's definitely fully charged now. Like if I had the wireless controller that had a turbo, I could just like do bench resets myself. as the countdown for a haircut begins, because it's getting in my eyes. And that big hair across, that woman something. Speaking of Legends games, maybe they'll be like cool and bring back Burmy in the DLC and we can like hunt it easier. Maybe they'll take a step above. They'll give us Mega Wormadam. Make us give a damn. Double Alpha Scyther and neither of y'all are shy. Man, you fucking tease. I am going to go pee and stuff. You know, figure out how I'm going back to zone 20. I'll also take a little smoke break while I'm peeing. Could soft reset this thing. Good fly spam. You want a static Shalpha here? I don't think there is. Could soft reset them all while on the roof here. We'll just continue loop to loop. Oh, I still have the BRB up. Yo, Lucario, if you want to show up a Shalpha on the edge instead of just in the middle, that's cool too. I just went by the burgers I'm supposed to. Right, dude. man, had you been yellow and pretty sick. Must be what we're going tribal chief by day. He just got called bunk. That's crazy. Pants. Well, isn't that the actual name of Kelm's mascot, Pants? Hmm. crazy name. I'm with him. Why are you here? Anyway. Why is it foggy? I just realized my recording is broken. Am I... Okay, I am still streaming. Just the recording broke. Okay, so I've actually been live for about 2 hours. But I also have been, like, in the bathroom and stuff at least once, so... I don't know why my recording broke and it only read an hour and 8 minutes, and I've been live for at least an hour longer than that. But things happen. Ooh, I just realized there's a chance I might be able to shiny hunt for Torchic again in the DLC. Because, like, we don't have the Hoenn starters in-game already for their megas. So, like... kind of weird how they didn't put the Hoenn starters in immediately, but, like, I guess they had to save something for the DLC, right? Okay, that's a regular shiny Scyther. So, like, at least shinies do exist in this area. At least I think you're regular. Yeah, sad. So, like, at least shinies do exist in this area.
They haven't had any new mods to the DLC. That's actually good for the case of my shiny living decks. It means eventually I could, like, AFK hunt. That's a fun video idea. Oh god, right. Actually, wait, no. There is no god. Well, that, but I also meant, like, I don't have to hunt Gibble for the Shalpha. I can hunt Garchomp because it's in here. Hunting one specific Pokemon is a pain here, but I'd rather do that than the Gibble. I'll say, like, fly spam for shits and giggles and get lucky. What do you mean, setting up the macro? Actually, it is the pseudos that are, like, preferable to find here. Like the stars and the pseudos, because Beldum would also be awful to hunt the Shalpha for down in the labs. Kind of like a singular fucking hone edge. You know, hunting the T-Tar in here is more preferable over the Larvitar in the other space. Though, at least that is... Actually, technically I could probably soft reset all of them if needed. Well, other than the Gibble. The Gibble 100% would be easier here, but like... Larvitar and... yeah. Words. Beldum. Have spaces that can be soft reset. big boy. Be blue. Great. And this is the worst part also. I need 2 of the literal worst shinies in the world regularly. Go make some pasta. I have wings. I have nuggets. I have things I could reheat. I want pasta. That actually sounds pretty damn good. And I do have white sauce I need to like use more of. Maybe after one more night cycle, I'll end off and make some food. You know, the auto controller to do something while I'm doing that. Because, like, when I'm letting water boil, I can start to move over stuff to that flash drive. All the video files primarily. Man, you could have had an orange head and that would have made me happy. Nothing fucks. Oh, you are shiny. I was like, you seem a little bright. Yo, that would actually be insane to see Vinny just chilling backstage with Logan. Okay, but like the prosthetic eye is a megastone. Okay, that's clever. Yeah, I like that. That was good. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised he's been live for almost an hour and hasn't gotten a buttload of gifts. Yeah, none of those people are here yet. God damn it, Gabe. Okay, listen. Did I get my, okay, I was about to say, did I get my stuff from that?
watching on my Apple fridge is a crazy sentence. There we go. $250 is a lot of fossils. Almost 10 boxes worth. Which I guess I could understand why someone would buy that many at one time, because it would be helpful. I know I've been thinking about buying a third box worth of fossils at least. Especially because I need 2 of those things, so 1 art. Shut up. Don't look at me, you're not shiny. Fuck. I was about to hit the button too. I swear 36. I just realized maybe I can't have pasta. Did she do the dishes? I don't like doing pots. Did she do the dishes? Most technically, I could do everything except for the pot and just put the pot that's already dirty to the side. I will do one alpha check, and then I'm ending off so I can figure food out. And no shinies. Now I'll get the fuck out of this way so this thing does not yell at me while I figure out what I'm gonna leave it on while I'm doing food. Lurk around background, watching VOD later, you know how it is. Follow, subscribe for benefits on whatever respective platform you're on. Well, actually that was specifically for purple. But subscribe in general on red, because maybe you'll be able to do the monetary thing for benefits there too someday, smile. Ring bell, Facebook, Twitter, Blue